here today at the top of, well, I don't think it's a mountain, but in one of the hills of Armenia. And some of my students were asking if they could see a little bit of the view. So I wanted to tell you what I'm up to. I've taken 5 weeks in the mountains of Armenia for a moment of self-contemplation. A lot has been going on for me in the past 15 months. For those of you who've been following me, I left Panama in April of 2023 to help my daughter figure out her life, get her back on track. We got her into a business school. She graduated with a business degree. The mission was hugely successful. The only thing is that I could not stay in Europe. I had to constantly leave the European Schengen zone, which is the European borders. So we went to Cyprus, we went to Bulgaria, and then we went back to Spain. And she studied with the school online to get her degree. So it was a little disruptive, but it worked. After she graduated, I had to once again leave Europe. I went back to Cyprus, which was phenomenal, and anybody who saw any of my sunset pictures knows that I basked in daily sunsets. And then from there, I went to Lithuania. In Lithuania, I went to look for my ancestors and my ancestral roots and see what's up over there. I have to say that I found it wonderful. It was the first place I went to in this journey where I made friends and I connected with the people. But in my life, it seems that there's always a little bit of bad that's sprinkled on the good. I know this also from my astrological chart, which I studied greatly to understand why there always had to be bad sprinkled on the good. So I stayed with a woman who was a bit of a hoarder, and it seems that these hoarding people connect to maybe some of my own trauma and my own pain, and I feel like I want to help them or save them, and it blows up in my face. So once again that occurred, and I had to quickly leave Lithuania in a very uncomfortable way. And I decided to move on to Armenia, where my son had been asking me to come see him. He is journeying and pilgriming in this area. We had a wonderful reunion for a couple of days until things kind of changed, and once again a little bad was sprinkled on the good, and everything kind of went a little bit sour, and we had to part ways. So now he's off doing what hippies do, gathering with other hippies and, sharing their love. And I have found myself for 5 weeks contemplating here in the mountains of Armenia. It was a sad departure from my son, and it required a few changes in my life. And so here I am to contemplate them. And what I wanted to talk about in this video is, what is the difference between being nice and being kind? This is something that I'm thinking about a lot right now. Is it possible that we can be kind and we can be caring, but we're not necessarily nice? Or is it possible that we're nice, but we're not actually kind or caring? I think that I try too hard to be nice. Maybe it's the Canadian in me. Canadians are known for being nice. And maybe I need to stop being so nice and just focus on being kind and caring for the person, but having better boundaries. As a gypsy traveler, all my life, my boundaries are very fluid. And it's hard for me to say, no, this is as far as you go. I will not tolerate any further. And then what ends up happening, which has happened the last couple of events in my life, where I finally snap because I'm trampled at this point. It's not just crossing my boundaries, it's trampling all over me. And so then I have to stand up for myself and push back so hard that it ruins the relationship. And maybe some of you are familiar with that. And so I'm here to learn or to contemplate, because learning comes with experience and practice, and I don't have anybody here anymore to practice with me. But to contemplate the difference between being nice and being kind, and where is the limit, and where is the border or the boundary between them. Can I be a kind and caring person, but maybe not always nice? Maybe that's what's called tough love. So I hope that you enjoy this view. Let's have a look. And I'll give you some more. I'm scoping out a place where I can do some videos for the memberships and maybe even for YouTube. And I will share with you some more of my contemplations as they come up.